Growing up is tough enough, but for some children there is additional stress. Children who want to be the opposite of the sex they were born. We're about to meet two children and their families struggling with the difficulties that come with growing up transgender. And because these are young children, we're not showing their faces as we tell their stories.
Mom, I need help.
7-year-old AJ is comfortable in her home, in her roller skates.
Who is this?
With her princess dresses and figurines. AJ is not her real name.
We've had some pretty nasty things said about us.
We can't show you her face.
My concern's more of just protecting her so that, she's safe.
AJ was born a boy. At 3.5, things changed. He didn't want short hair.
Screamed and fought. I got out the clippers. I got one cut down the side and it was just tears and it was like torture.
He longed to wear dresses and jewelry. His parents refused at first. Then it was much more than wanting to wear dresses.
When she was about 4, we were going to the bathroom in Target, and I was holding her hand, and we were walking in towards the board bathroom. This was when she was still living as a boy. And she stopped about 2 feet from the bathroom and was like, "Dad, I can't go in the boys' bathroom. I'm a girl."
He wore his dresses to school. He was teased. It was hard, but he was adamant. He was a girl.
When I first in 4th grade, when I cut my hair, they called me he, she.
Across town, a boy a little older, we'll call him Sean, born a girl, but knew he didn't feel like one. His mom was the first to know.
Well, I didn't directly tell her. She just kind of found out.
His mom's accepting. His dad is not.
We never had a father-daughter relationship because he would always get mad at me for trying to tell him.
What would he say?
Just tell me I'm a girl and I need to deal with it.
He doesn't see his dad anymore. Caroline Gibbs is a counselor and founder of the Transgender Institute.
The youngest kid I have currently is 3, and the oldest kid I have is 83.
She counsels anyone interested in transitioning or starting to live outwardly as the gender they feel inside.
If I have people walk into my clinic, what we find astoundingly is that all the people, including kids, will not only say the same things, but they will say the same words.
Gibbs says they have horrible anxiety and depression because they feel they're leading 2 lives and no one understands. Dr. Jill Jacobson hopes to change that.
We have started seeing patients with transgenderism.
Dr. Jacobson is a pediatric endocrinologist. She's searching for possible explanations and causes of transgenderism. Dr. Jacobson has 36 patients. 22 of them are FTM, or female to male transgender children, meaning they were born female, but they identify as male. Of those 22, more than half are producing an elevated level of testosterone in their bodies.
When we are able to explain that to families, it's sometimes helpful to them to understand how the child is feeling. Sometimes it's helpful for them to explain to other family members.
She has not found any similar findings for boys who identify with being a girl. For now, options for transgender children and their families are to start puberty blockers as soon as possible. Then usually at age 16, kids can start taking hormones for the gender they identify with. Testosterone, or T for trans boys, and estrogen for trans girls.
A lot of us are just kind of feeling our way with this. It's all new.
And so are the kids and their families.
This is not something we wish for. It's not something that we wanted. It just happened. My thought process all along was I would rather have a happy, healthy little girl than a suicidal, dead son.
Now, the parents in our story say learning to see a daughter as a son or vice versa isn't easy, but the bottom line is they want to help their children grow up.